guys, welcome. My name is Lauren. Thanks so much for being here. I am in my Where is Waldo shirt and I'm ready to talk about how I homeschool plan for the year. So we follow a traditional year. We don't homeschool year round. We start usually end of August, beginning of September, and end at the end of May with breaks all throughout the year, and then we do a little bit of light homeschooling in the summer too. So I'm gonna get started with how I initially scope out the year. So we're going on our 4th year of homeschool, and this is what I've done every single year since our first year, and it's just worked really well for me. I do initial planning just by printing out a calendar for the year and then getting an idea so that I can see all the months together, how it's going to work from the first week all the way till the last week. So what has worked for us is I usually start around the last week of August, first week of September, and then I just go through and mark each week. And then we normally take a week off around end of October at some point. And some years we've only taken half a week off in October and then half a week off in November. Some years we've taken a full week off of October, a full week off in November. It just really depends on how we're doing, what's going on in our lives, how if we need a break. I just kind of gauge it. So this is all very loosely based. It's not like anything super set in stone. The only thing set in stone is what I have highlighted. So we always take off at some, obviously for Thanksgiving, we do take off 2 weeks at Christmas, and then normally we take off sometime around February for about a week or so. And then we always take off, my daughter's birthday is on April 3rd. So we will always take off either the week before or a week after, and that's like our spring break. And then we will end around end of May. So you'll notice here you only see 33 weeks. So normally, obviously a whole school year is 36 weeks. The reason I only do 33 weeks during the year is because we do, as I was saying earlier, we do light school throughout the summer. So I plan in several weeks that we do school. And then I don't count days that we do school. I know every state is different, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you check with your state, but I just count by weeks. That's why I don't take off a day here and a day there. If we take off, it's a full week so that I can make sure that we're still in line. So that way our weeks aren't all messed up, so that we're not on week 12 and a half, week 13 and a half, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's just how we do it as far as planning for that. I do 33 weeks during the year. We have off about a week in October, November, December, April. And yeah, so I do definitely plan every 6 to 8 weeks, about a week break, and then three to 4 weeks. We probably do more like 4 weeks, honestly, during the summer. And that's how we get in all of our school days. Now we do have some field trips within these. I do not take off, for the most part, an entire day for a field trip. Even on field trips, we do school in the morning. It may be a shortened version of school, but we do our main subjects in the morning before we do our field trip, or I'll have my girls take their independent work in the car with us, whatever it is. But honestly, field trips aren't really days off of school for us. We still end up doing school. Then once I get an idea of what our school is going to look like, it's looked the same for about the last 2 years or so. The first year it was a little bit different. But the past 2-3 years, it's looked pretty much similar. So then I'll kind of put it in my planner of and then check off the weeks that we have school. So that way I can keep up with what week we're on. But it's pretty simple, straightforward, nothing too complicated, nothing too crazy or intense. I like to keep it simple and just go by weeks rather than days. And it just keeps it a little bit easier for me. I know that we do school 5 days a week. So when I have 33 weeks and then again, 3 to 4 weeks in the summer, I know that we have a complete full school year. Okay, so, and then I just wanted to add that we don't do things where we live, we do get snow, and we got a significant amount this year. And so I really don't do snow days. The local schools were shut down for several days. And I think of all those days, we only did one. Every other day they had to do school, and then they played in the snow. And don't get me wrong, they had plenty of time to play in the snow, but so things like that, I don't take off for Labor Day or President's Day or random, days like that. You know, if you think about it, public school, Christian school, private school, whatever it may be, has things like teacher in-service days, or they have parent-teacher conferences. We don't have any of those. We just continue to do school dailies. And then as far as like a daily routine goes, I don't follow like a strict this time to this time, this time to this time, but we do, like the girls kind of know what's next. So we usually start school, my goal is around 9 o'clock. I used to have, I feel like I had a lot more, I was like on top of it a lot more my first year of homeschooling. I used to have like alarms that would go off at certain, like school was starting, we're taking a break, recess, end of school, whatever. I don't do that so much anymore. We just try to start around 9ish with morning time. It takes anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Sometimes it takes an hour depending on what we do, how long it takes. And then they get a little bit of a break, and then we start our groups up to, like, that's when we go into the schoolroom and start our lessons. So how I break that down is I will show, I'll do my youngest daughter first. She was in preschool last year, so I will do her lessons first while my other two do independent work at their desks. And just starting with her first, getting that kind of, not out of the way, but getting her lessons done. That way she's not kind of like anticipating and waiting. She can do her lessons and then play for the rest of the school day. And then as far as lessons go, I take turns, I alternate. I usually do a lesson with my oldest first, either math or language. I let her choose. And then with my middle, Alexi, she'll take a break as needed. Like I let them take breaks as needed. She likes to she likes to really enjoy her breaks, so a lot. And so I will do her lesson, and normally I do language first because she really loves to do math, so I save that for last. And then, so I've done, while I do a lesson with Larissa over here, Alexia is either doing independent work or taking a break, which in that case she will be reading, doing a puzzle, playing, getting a snack, whatever it may be. Lola, the youngest, will be playing, you know, that's pretty much all she does is play. And then when she's done, then she'll work on what we just talked about, and then I'll do a lesson with Lexi, and I'll go back and forth. Language, math. And then from there, we usually like wrap up the day. At some point, I try to fit in reading to Lola. I read other parts of the day, but I try to in the school day too, just to her, while the other two have their work to do. And so that just, I don't know, it's just like a little bit of a special time where I can just read to her, and I feel like it gives it more of like it feels like it completes the day a little bit more than we just did lessons. Like I'm reading to her and she's getting that one-on-one interaction. So that's pretty much how we do it. We tried it. We don't really take a recess break or anything. I have found that doesn't work. I honestly like to do school as one big long stretch. And again, within that big long chunk of time, they will, they can still take little breaks as they want and play and read and do that type of thing. I'm not forcing them to just do bookwork after bookwork after bookwork, but we don't just completely stop school, go outside and play, and then come back. It was just way too hard to wrangle everybody in. So that's how we do it. After school is completely done, after we're completely finished with our subjects, then they have plenty of time to go outside. We eat lunch, whatever it may be. Maybe it's reading our read aloud. And that's kind of when they get their playtime. They get plenty of playtime all afternoon. And so during school, that just works best for us. And that is how our day-to-day breaks down. I'm sorry, I don't have like not timestamps. I don't have like time schedules because we don't really go like from 11 to 12 as this. Because every day it looks a little bit different. So we usually try to finish school around 1:30. Wait, I'm forgetting. It's the middle of the summer. I have summer rain. We try to finish around 1 or so is when we try to finish, and then 1:30, and then we eat lunch, and then they have their rest, or their hour or so or whatever to play, and then we have some quiet time in the afternoon. And that's pretty much how our day is laid out, and it works really well for us. They know what to expect. It kind of just flows very nicely, and each year it might change a little bit, but that has just been working for us. So that's what I have for how our year breaks down, how our days break down. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, make sure to comment and give it a thumbs up. I hope to see you again soon. Until next time, take care.